This is the Danny Kaye Show with Harry James and his music makers. Presented by Pabst Blue Ribbon, 33 fine brews blended into one great beer. Yes, neighbors, for your entertainment, Pabst Blue Ribbon presents Eve Arden, Bob Jellison, the outstanding music of America's top band, Harry James and his music makers, yours truly, Ken Niles, and those 33 fine talents blended into one great comedian, Danny Kaye. Being Danny Kaye's last broadcast of the current season, he's been very busy bringing his diary up to date. At the moment, he is making his last entries in his splendid Spencerian scrawl.
Dear Diary, with Harry James due to take over the show for the summer, I threw a party for him last night and the rest of the cast. Needing the famous woman's touch, I asked Eve Arden to come over early and help me get things ready. Now, just before the gang arrived, Eve said to me,
Danny, you're so forgetful. We'd better go over this list I made out and see if everything's taken care of.
Okay, Evie, start checking.
Sandwiches all made?
That's done.
Silverware all polished?
That's done.
Rugs rolled back for dancing?
That's done.
Floors all waxed?
That's done, too. Well, let's get things going, Evie. We still have a lot to do. I'll tell you what. Look, while you move the piano into the living room, I'll get busy and stuff some olives, huh?
Well, don't bother, Danny. I'll carry the piano with one hand and stuff the olives with the other.
But, gee, thanks, Evie. Well, I'll take it, Evie.
Shall I lift the receiver for you?
No, thanks. I'll manage. Hello?
Hello, Danny. Danny, this is Ken Niles, and I just called to tell you I don't think I can come to your party tonight.
Why not, Ken?
Well, you live so far away from me, I don't think I can even find the place.
Oh, but, Ken, it's so simple. Look, all you do is drive straight out Sunset Boulevard to Beverly Glen. Take the first turn to the left, go 2 blocks, then turn right.
I know, Danny.
Oh, you know where the house is, Ken. Lana Turner lives right alongside. I was only fooling, Ken. Lana Turner doesn't really live next door to me.
Who does?
Marjorie Main.
I'm sorry, Danny, I can't come over. I don't think I'll be able to find the place.
Oh, gee, Ken, I wish you'd try and make it, really, Ken. It's going to be a wonderful party. We're serving Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Where's the opener? Good old Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, boy, somebody else is coming. I wonder who it is.
I am James, the guest.
Oh. Well, hello, Harry. Thanks for coming over. And say, I see you brought Kitty Callan and all the boys in the band with you. Hiya, gang.
Hiya, Daddy.
Danny?
That trombone player is always late.
Well, that's what you get for stealing musicians from Phil Harris.
Oh. Say, Harry, why didn't Betty come with you?
Oh, she's home baking a cake.
Oh, gee, it must be wonderful coming home at night and having Betty Grable kiss you on the cheek, and then you walk in to dinner with Betty Grable and sit across from Betty Grable, and then have Betty Grable serve you cake she made with her own little hands.
Oh, I don't know. It's not such good cake.
I'm certainly glad your band boys are making themselves right at home. They're a swell bunch of guys, Harry. I really enjoyed working with them. There's Hopignac and Zeppelquitter, Holland Crocker, Cachadurian, Zipper Wiper. But who's that little fella standing in the corner?
Oh, that's Jones.
I never can remember his name. Say, Evie, I've got to go in the kitchen and take a look at the food, so will you sort of mix around and see that everybody has a good time?
Oh, I'll be glad to, Danny. I think I'll start on Harry James' drummer. He's just sitting there all by himself. Hello there, drummer boy.
Hi, slick chick. Snag a stool and you can beat your guns in some solid riff notes with the old rim-shot kid.
Huh?
You know, baby, you're a solid tootie and a beauty to booty.
What?
You beat my socks and curl my lashes, and I can really latch on to you, babe. We can really dig together, because you and I speak the same language.
Well, don't tell my folks. They think I'm an American.
Orders, sandwiches, ice cream.
Harry, what are you doing with that apron on?
I am James, the butler.
Hey, gang, let's play post office, huh? How about it, Danny?
Post office, love that game.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll streamline it, huh? I'll turn out the lights and everybody kisses the person nearest them. Stick by me, Evie.
I'm right next to you. Go ahead, Danny.
Here go the lights. Oh, boy, I got a good one. Where'd you learn to pucker like that?
I am James, the trumpet player.
Quick, turn out the lights. There's been a gruesome error.
Say, Danny, instead of playing silly games, I think we ought to have some real entertainment. Now, why don't you sing something?
Sing something. Sing something.
Well,
Every time I go to a party, they ask me to sing something. They never ask me to play the zither or recite the shooting of Dan McGrew. They never let me do my card tricks or saw a woman in half. They always ask me to sing something, sing something.
oh, Danny, don't take it so much to heart. Now, what would you like to do?
Sing something. And I'd like to sing the song that my gal Sylvia wrote for my new picture.
Introducing Bally Boogie from the forthcoming Samuel Goldwyn production, Wonder Man.
Oh, thank you, Ken. Thanks for the plug. With the expert assistance of Kaye Thompson and the boys, we'll run through a chorus or two of Bally Boogie. Somewhere off the coast of Java fell a little piece of lava that grew up to be the island known as Bali. Every native girl looks sorta like the farmer's daughter oughta, and for dancing they are simply off their trolley. But they haven't seen a new step since Methuselah did the two-step on the isolated island. They were way off deep from jive. They were closeted till a storm deposited on their beach a jive and Jack from Lower Basin Street. So he took their native movements, added in the groove improvements, and here's the way it's played on the Bali Hit Parade. Boy, boy, yaka taka doo, taka boy, boy, yaka taka reed beat, taka boy, boy, yaka taka live jive, a haka choo choo Chattanooga Bali Boogie, a waka soing soing, a waka slick lick, a waka soing soing, a waka head step, a waka soing soing, a waka live jive, a haka choo choo Chattanooga Bali Boogie. Now if you can't dig the chatter with the greatest of these, it really doesn't matter. Here's the translation, please. Yaka taka boy, boy, a waka soing soing. Shoot the lava to me, Java. Bataka boy, boy, yak, bataka snoop, snoop. Bataka boy, boy, yak, bataka reed, reed. Bataka boy, boy, yak, bataka live, live. A haka choo choo Chattanooga Bali Boogie. Bali Boogie, Bali Boogie. Bali Boogie, Bali Boogie, Woogie. Boogie, Bally Boogie, Woogie. Chattanooga Bally Boogie. With the greatest of these, it really doesn't matter. It's the best lady plays Jack Pataka boy, waka waka soy soy means shoot the pinky to me stinky. Pataka boy boy. Pataka boy boy, yak pataka reed beat. Pataka boy boy, yak pataka live drive. A haka choo choo Chattanooga Bali Boogie. Bali Boogie. Pataka boy boy, Bali boy boy. Bali Boogie.
This is really a swell party, Danny.
Well, thank you, Ken. Are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, I'm having a wonderful time. And if you'd only let me serve the drinks, my evening would be perfect.
Okay, go right ahead, Ken.
Oh, thanks. What will you have, Evie?
Pabst Blue Ribbon, of course.
Here you are. And you, Harry?
I'll have Pabst Blue Ribbon, too.
Oh, here you are. And you, sir?
I'll have ginger ale.
traitor. Well, I'm sorry, Danny. Maybe I shouldn't have been so impulsive.
That's quite all right, Ken. I'd have done the same thing.
But you see, on an occasion of this sort, when good friends get together, everybody calls for Pabst Blue Ribbon. Why, this great beer just seems to have good fellowship blended right into it. And that word blended is the secret of the delicious, mellow smoothness you find in Pabst Blue Ribbon. You see, Pabst is more than just another beer. It's the blended beer, full flavor blended from never less than 33 fine brews. Why, there just isn't any other way except blending to ensure that grand, even flavor, that day in and day out goodness that makes Pabst Blue Ribbon truly a great beer. So order it with confidence and serve it with pride. For no matter where you go, there is no finer beer than the blended beer, good old Pabst Blue Ribbon. Well, since this party's in your honor, Harry, I think it's about time we heard from you. So, fellas and gals, let's put on our dancing shoes while Harry James and his music makers take us through the swingy paces of King Protestant.
Dear Diary, Friday. In my dream, I could see a radio studio.
This is CBS.
Signal, the time will be exactly.
Good old Pabst.
The blended
This is
beer.
CBS.
The time will be exactly.
Good old Pabst.
Blended beer.
This is
Good old
CBS.
Pabst.
CBS.
Try to do anything artistic on this program. Anyhow, my nightmare continued. I dreamed I was about to do a play in which I was going to act the characters of Daniel O'Kay, Inspector H.I.J. Kaye,
Danny Cupid, Kaye.
and Donovitch Scale.
As our nightmare opens, we find Danny Kaye in the role of Daniel O'Kay, the pride of the New York police force, just entering his apartment.
Nagirah spells Nagirah. That's Harrigan spelled backwards.
Daniel O'Kay, where are you?
I'm at the back door. Oh, me feet are killing me. I've been pounding the bait all day long.
Well, why don't you take off your shoes?
Oh, that I will, me darling, that I will. Ah, they shows are a perfect fit. But look at them poor tired feet. I'd better count me toes and see if there are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, now count the other foot.
Wait a minute, I ain't through with this one. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, what a day I've had, what a day. About 2 o'clock, a report came into the precinct that a little boy by the name of Danny Kaye was missing.
Mercy, did they find him?
Oh, no. We put out a dragnet to pick up every suspicious-looking character in town.
Who did you get?
Your Uncle Tim and 4 other panhandlers. The police department has given up the case.
Extra, police give up search for Danny Kaye.
Extra, Inspector H.I.J.K. of Scotland Yard. Now working on Danny Kaye disappearance.
Hello? Inspector H.R.J.K. speaking. What? Yes. What? Oh, yes. What? Oh, yes. Are you there?
Inspector, a house has just been robbed at 23 South Maple Road, and I'd feel a lot safer if you were on the case.
Who is this, the owner?
No, the robber.
The impudence of the bloated blighter. What is it, blighted bloater? Blotted blatter. Bleated bluter. Chopped liver. Oh, that doesn't sound anything like it at all, does it? What?
There's the telephone, Inspector.
What?
I said there's the telephone, Inspector.
Well, what's the telephone inspector doing here? There's nothing wrong with this telephone. Why didn't send for him?
I mean, the telephone is ringing.
Oh, blast the telephone. Do you hear me, Sergeant Niles? Blast the telephone. Bully, old chap, bully. A bull's eye, bully. Well, back to the case at hand. Where's the body?
Inspector, there is no body.
What? Nobody?
No. Inspector Kaye, you're working on the case of the missing boy.
Very well, Sergeant. I'll solve the case immediately. Hand me the sodium phosphate. Now hand me the potassium bicarbonate. Fine, very good. Now a dash of oxohydrocarbosulfate. There we are, Sergeant. Take this down to headquarters immediately.
Well, what is it?
That is the solution.
Extra, read all about Danny Kaye's horrible nightmare.
Extra, Danny Kaye still missing. $10,000 reward offered by great movie producer Donovich K.R.
Secretary! Secretary! Did you hear that? I, Danovich Kaye, am offering $10,000 reward to find the missing boy.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Kaye. You have such a great soul and such a kind heart.
Also, I got a weak liver. Secretary, Kaye has a sensational idea. When I find this boy, I will start him in a super colossal short subject. I will start him in a super colossal short. Who wrote this section here? I will make him this picture in Technicolor color. This story will be as great as those other famous child stories. Huckleborst Finn. Horatio Algebra. And goodbye, Mr. Fish and Chips.
But, Mr. Kaye, where are you going to get the $10,000?
Secretary, you have a very interesting point. Especially at the top of your head.
You are right. You are absolutely right. Which will I find first? The $10,000 or the boy? If I find the boy, where will I get the $10,000? And if I get the $10,000, who needs that little stinker?
Oh, boy, everybody thinks I'm missing. Oh, boy, I'm having such fun today.
Hello, little boy.
Hello, Blondie.
What's your name?
I'm Danny Kaye. I'm 3.5 years old. My mother loves my father. My sister ran away with the iceman. The roof is leaking. My dogs got fleas, and my grandmother lost her teeth playing pinochle. Do you want to live with us?
Oh, thanks. Say, little boy, did anybody ever tell you that you look very much like Danny Kaye?
Yes. When I was born, my father said, "This boy looks just like Danny Kaye." Then he took me out and drowned me.
He drowned you?
Yes. For 10 years, I lived on the bottom of the sea, and I married a mermaid, and we raised little octopi pussies.
Now, wait a minute. Did you say your name was Danny Kaye?
Yes.
Then you're the little boy that everybody's searching for.
Oh, no.
Yes, you are, and I'm taking you to the police station with me right this minute.
Police station? You can't lock me up.
Why not?
Because you can't see me.
I can't see you?
I'm invisible.
Come along now.
I'm invisible. I'm invisible. That's what I am.
Oh, me fates are killing me.
Secretary, where is my secretary?
Blast you, Sergeant Niles, blast you!
Danny, wake up! Wake up!
Where am I? What happened?
Danny, wait, take it easy now. Danny, you've been dreaming. You had a nightmare.
Oh, and what a nightmare.
Well, no wonder you had a nightmare with that mixture you ate at the party.
Oh, I don't know. All I had was just lobster, a little ice cream, Welsh rabbit, fried onions, a strawberry shortcake, Spanish omelet, Boston cream pie, chopped liver, 6 hamburgers, a marshmallow sundae, and an oyster stew with a cherry on it.
Well, no wonder.
Yeah. I never should have eaten that cherry.
That was quite a dream Danny had, wasn't it, Ken?
Yeah, I'll say it was. You know, Evie, I was frightened by a horrible nightmare myself the other night.
Yes, I know. I saw you with her.
No, I meant the night before that. It was horrible. I dreamt that I went into a restaurant. I had a big, thick 3-inch steak, a baked potato with gobs of butter in it, and all through the dinner, a beautiful cigarette girl kept pestering me to buy cigarettes.
Well, what's so horrible about that dream?
They had no Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, I see, and I'll bet you woke up screaming.
Oh, yes, I did. Why, a meal like that just isn't complete without a tall, cool, delicious bottle of Pabst Blue Ribbon. In fact, Pabst is the perfect beer with any meal because it's the blended beer. Full flavor blended from never less than 33 fine brews. Furthermore, there isn't any other way except blending to achieve that wonderful Pabst flavor, that smooth, even goodness, that cherry sparkle and tang. Yes, it's the most appetizing flavor that ever flowed from a bottle, and just one sip of it will make you say, this really is one of the world's great beers. So order it with confidence and serve it with pride. For no matter where you go, there is no finer beer than the blended beer, good old Pabst Blue Ribbon. Well, Danny, you've almost completed your first cycle on the air. How do you feel about radio, huh?
Well, Ken, fortunately, a very close collaborator of mine named Sylvia Fine set my thoughts about radio to the music of Sir Arthur Sullivan. And this is what we say. The radio to me will always be a major miracle. My feelings on the subject are distinctly panegyrical. I never can accept it as a very simple case at all that lots of people know me, though they've never seen my face at all. My ego, it might fatten on that kind of mental dieting, excepting for a factor that can really be disquieting. You polish up your jokes until they're really sharp and glistening. You do a show but never know if anyone is listening. At last you get a letter saying someone's heard a part of it. They didn't hear the end but only listened to the start of it. They very much regret that all attention had to terminate. because of an electric bulb their little brother Herman ate. But really, it's terrific, this invention that Marconi made. A girl who weighs 290 can be acted by a bony maid, where fashion shows are staged without the benefit of gown effects, and you can get to China via 5 and 10 cent sound effects. And then you sit and listen to a blood and thunder mystery. You're frayed around the edges and your nerves are hot and blistery. At last there comes a sequence they get really controversial in. They go ahead and stop it dead and drag that old commercial in. But if my sponsor's listening, I don't mean to be rude at all, 'cause there is one commercial that I really don't include at all. When Kenneth now's a scribbin' about a bottle of blue ribbon, Mr. Sponsor, he'll go on so close to that I don't allude at all. But now, alas, the time has come for me to take my leave of you. But if you think I'm gone for good, that really is naive of you. It's only for the summertime, and I will see you all again when August and July go by and autumn starts to fall again. A gentle, sentimental au revoir I'd like to bid you all, collectively, respectively, to every individual. But here's some gay news, don't go away news, can't wait till I spring it out. Till I return, the hep concern of Harry James will swing it out. And so I say goodbye. Ta 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 ta. And incidentally, so, as I said before, I say goodbye and blow a kiss to you. But then on second thought, perhaps I really should say this to you. Until the early fall again, until I see you all again, I better say again once more a thing I never said before. Goodbye.
Danny, before you officially close the...
I was just saying it's nothing at all.
I wanted to say that...
Oh, go ahead, Ken.
Nothing at all, really. That's all I said. I just said nothing at all. Danny, before you officially close the pages of your radio diary until next fall, I again want to remind all our neighbors that our Pabst Blue Ribbon Show goes on all summer and that there's great music in store for everybody because Harry James, his singers, and his music makers will be on the job every week until you come back. That right, Harry?
That's right, Ken. And we're going to do as many of our broadcasts as possible from Army and Navy hospitals.
Oh, that's great, Harry. And now I'd like to take a minute and thank all of my associates for their contributions to our show. It was a real pleasure to know and work with all the members of our cast, Evie Arden, Bob Jellison, Ken Niles, and, of course, Harry James and his boys. Also, a deep bow of appreciation to our authors, Jay Summers, Jack Harvey, Stanley Davis, Elon Packard, and Bobby Fine, and to our producer and man behind the controls, Dick Mack. So, until we all meet again in the fall, all I have to say is, good night. Bye, Bonds.
This program was directed by Dick Mack and was brought to you by the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin and Peoria, Illinois. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.